Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. If you don't know me, my name is Sarah Nelson. I'm a professional makeup artist and I'm here to teach you my tips and tricks that I've learned along my journey. And this video is all about how to look your best in front of a camera. And the camera I'm talking about is your Zooms, your FaceTimes. I know that because we're all at home, this is the only way that most of us can talk to our friends and family and even our coworkers. I've had a lot of questions regarding how should I do my makeup when I'm staying at home? I want to look good in front of the camera. I don't know how to make my eyes pop. I don't know how to make my eyebrows show up. The good news is with these video chats, a lot of them are not as high quality and it kind of gives you just like a natural filter already, which that's a bonus. However, that could also take away from your natural features and what normally shine. I feel like this is a very relevant topic as we live in a digital age and I don't see that going away anytime soon. So I figured it's a great thing and a great skill to hone in on, especially if you're going to be doing this for a longer period of time. I'm going to take you through the entire process of how I created this look, what products I used, and why I decided to do certain things to amplify your look for a video call. So keep watching. Before you start any video, make sure that you have some sort of light. And that is either coming from a window, from indirect sunlight. So lighting is key. As a makeup artist, I'm always finding the best light, whether that's a light that I bring on my own, whether that's a light that was set up in the studio, taking a client outside to get the best selfie, because makeup does so much better when it's complemented by good light. If you do go outside, be careful not to go into direct sunlight, because for one, you're not gonna be able to see the screen, obviously. For two, it sometimes doesn't do great things for your skin. So I would always recommend indirect sunlight. So let's move on to the makeup tutorial. First, obviously you wanna prep your skin. I already did that off camera. I washed my face, I used a moisturizer. A very important thing to do next is to prime your skin. I'm going to use this Dermalogica. This is the Hydro Blur Primer. And it's really important on camera to use a primer that will help blur any imperfections. So for me, some wrinkles, you wanna add a blurring effect to the forehead, to under the eyes, to around the mouth, the chin. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this on the back of my hand, MAC 190 brush, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of this primer, this blurring primer to my forehead. And this beautiful line right here shows a lot. And then I'm gonna add some underneath the eyes, on my chin, basically my T-zone and underneath my eyes. And this is going to help blur the appearance of your skin on camera. And also brighten for a nice flawless looking skin. So then I'm gonna move on to foundation. I'm using this beautiful Pacifica. It's called A Light Clean Foundation. This is 100% vegan, it's cruelty-free, it's a clean brand, which I personally love to use on myself. This is oil-free, it's anti-shine, and it has a satin finish. So those are all things that I look for in a foundation, and especially when it's going to be on camera all day. And I'm going to use, this is the It Cosmetic brush. I love this dual-sided foundation brush and concealer. I'm just gonna start applying this foundation all over my skin. I normally prefer to go a little warmer than my skin tone. I have been sitting out in the sun. It's been really beautiful in California, so I have a little bit of a tan, which is nice. My freckles are then coming out as well, which is, sometimes it can look like skin damage, right? So, I mean, it is skin damage at this age. But anyways, this will hide it. And I'm going to take this all the way down my neck as well. A little trick that I love to do is to take a beauty sponge, you dampen it, and after you apply your foundation, you can just come in and kind of blend that into your skin, and this will really help the product to melt into your skin and not feel like it's just sitting on top of it. Kind of do this all over my face. I also feel like it takes off any excess product that you may have put on. and it just gives you a nice flawless finish. I'm definitely bronzed, which I love. I'm gonna come in with the Becca Brightening Under Eye Corrector. This is in light to medium. I have dark circles and I want to cancel those out. The thing about cameras is that you want to trick the eye, right? You want to trick the eye with the light. You want to trick the eye with your makeup. So wherever you are putting a lighter color, you're reflecting the light. So you can see the light is reflecting off of this area underneath my eyes because I'm highlighting it. Contour does the opposite. I might actually put a little brightness around my nose as well. Very, very little product, just kind of dabbing off a little bit with my finger. I mean, yeah, I love that. It's supposed to go into your eye, but it doesn't matter. I can put it wherever I want. And I'm taking the Too Faced concealer in the color Nude. Color is a little bit lighter, so it's going to be kind of like a highlighting color underneath the eyes and anywhere that I need it. Just kind of placing that product, trying not to mess up what I just did with the brightening, and then you blend it out. You can see where I just highlighted and concealed. Now all of that is kind of starting to be blown out. And once I add a little bit of powder on top of that to take away any of this shine, it will be even better. This is the Youngblood High Definition Translucent Powder. And kind of like what that Dermalogica primer did, this is also going to blur out any areas that I do not want to see. So put a little bit of product and just the teeniest bit of powder. I don't like to over powder, just enough to set that. A lot of eyes have the eye socket here, right? And the darkness can be right above that, and it's really hard to cover up. Well, all you have to do is one, add a little bit of concealer, and two, add a little bit of the right powder, and just a tiny bit, just to even it out and make it look flawless. So you can't even really see the texture anymore over here on this side as you can on this side. It's a high definition powder, so it's really good for on camera. And a little bit on the forehead to blur out, oh yeah, those wrinkles. And a little bit underneath the eye. I didn't really mention, but I was kind of just adding the foundation and the concealer, the leftovers on top of my lid as well to prep for my eyeshadow. So along with that, I'm just gonna blend it out, the sponge, and then apply some powder there too. And now I want to add just a little more bronze and definition to my skin because you can never be bronzed enough. This is the Hoola Benefit. This is an amazing bronzer. And this is the MAC 163 brush. It's kind of that angled brush that I love for contour and any type of bronzer. Load that brush up. And I'm just going to very gently place this product just to sculpt out my cheeks even more. And it's always important to pull your face up. So that's what I'm doing here. Bringing it up to the temples, putting a little bit on the forehead here and a little bit on the jawline. Wherever you put this darker color, it's going to look more sunken in and hollow and kind of what you want for cheekbones, to make your face shape a little different size, to take away any, double chin, any of that good stuff. Maybe to slim out your nose. Just kind of wipe a little bit of that remaining product there. And then I'm just going to top this off with a little bit of blush. I'm going to be using the Patrick Ta blushes and his beautiful brush. So I had the pleasure and the honor to assist with Patrick, who's an amazing, amazing celebrity makeup artist. And I was able to learn from him, and by far the best experience of my career. So thank you, Patrick. I love you, and I love your new product. So he has a new product line, and I'm going to be using 3 of his products. And this blush, it's called She's Sincere, And all of his blushes look so beautiful on camera. And they just like melt into the skin, and they're just the right amount of pigment. And then to top off the skin, I'm going to use this Youngblood Diamond Illuminator. This can be used actually before or after foundation. I just want to add a very little bit of highlight to my cheekbones because I want to give a beautiful glow. And with my finger, I'm just going to apply a little bit right on the top of my cheekbone. You want to do it where it's flattest, not close to your eye, because that will accentuate any wrinkles that you may have. I think that's a big concern with highlight, is that people put this shimmer close to any wrinkles, and especially if it's a very shimmery, glittery type of highlight, then it can actually do the opposite effect and make you look older, and it can actually draw attention to those areas. So as you can see, I put it really kind of lower than you may think to put it, but right on the top, you can feel where the cheekbone is. And that I actually learned from Patrick, so thank you, Patrick. Just put a little bit of this glow, just for a very subtle, healthy glow, which is what I prefer. I kind of like that lived-in glow, like it's not obvious that I put highlighter all over my face. So I'm also putting it underneath the eyes because I feel like that helps brighten and open the eyes as well. Next, I'm going to move on to eyes, and I'm taking this beautiful Nudes of New York. This is a Maybelline palette. It's a very affordable palette, and I think it has a really beautiful range of colors for the everyday. I'm going to come in with the color Explorer, and this is a Bdellium Tools brush. It's one of my favorite blending brushes. 785 Tapered Blending. And I'm just going to define the eyes. I'm not doing a whole eyeshadow look right now. This is just to define the eyes and to make them appear bigger on camera, which is very important. I feel like sometimes you can miss a step and a lot of people don't know how to apply eyeshadow properly. Well, one way that you can do that, depending on your eye shape, is usually just go into the crease with a very neutral color and just blend upwards. Just blend, 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 blend. You don't want any harsh lines. I'm going to come in just a little bit of this back and forth motion. I blend it out forever. Like I did with my cheeks, it's just carving out your eye a little bit just to give a little more dimension. And as you can see, it lifts my eye just by adding a little bit of this shadow in the crease. If you have hooded eyes, you can concentrate the product more on the lid and then blend it upwards. You can have like most of the dense product or the color right on the lid and then blend, blend, blend up. This kind of pulls the whole look together and makes you feel just a little more alive. And then to fool that camera even more, I'm going to come in with this color Dreamer here. And I'm just going to use my finger. And I'm just going to dab a little bit on my lid. Just adds a pretty little sparkle. It's just going to make your eyes pop even more than if it was just a flat color. This is just a really great everyday makeup too, you know? I mean, even if you're seeing people in person, like this is, yes, this is going to look beautiful on camera, that's why I'm doing this, but this is also a makeup that you can wear day to day. So if you can perfect this look, it's a really easy, great, and fast look to do. And then I'm gonna come in with Originator. This is going to be popped right in here with my pinky. And voila. So I only used 3 colors for eyeshadow. Super easy. I only used one tool. The rest was done with my fingers, and just with that little bit of product, it really makes the world of a difference. And it's just gonna make you pop on camera, which is the goal. Now this step you can skip if you don't like eyeliner. However, I'm going to add a little bit of eyeliner. I normally like to add eyeliner just a nice smudged line if I do a little bit of shadow. And this is a really beautiful eyeliner pencil from Ilia. This is the color Brown. And I'm taking this MAC 208 brush, which is an angled brush, and I'm just going to apply this right on the lash line. It's not even going to be super noticeable, but it will give the illusion that your lashes are darker than they actually are. I'm just smudging it right in there, like just get on top of that lash line. I like to use a dark brown. I don't want to use a black right now because I don't want it to be too harsh. I want it to still look natural and kind of effortless, but this is also very intentional too. And if you'd like, you can also bring a little bit on the bottom line. Again, kind of smash it in there. That's the best word I can think of because I feel like that's literally what I'm doing, just smashing it. I feel like this is a very simple thing. Please let me know, comment if this seems simple to me because I'm an artist and I've been doing this forever, or if you think this is something that you can do. Can you smash the eyeliner into your lash line? All you need is an angle brush and an eyeliner. I also like to, at the very end, just kind of pull it out. That's for my eye shape because I want to elongate my eyes, kind of like a small little wing. Or if you're somebody that likes a liquid liner, go ahead and use your liquid liner here. If you like a powder liner, you can do that as well. I also love to use a powder, so if you don't have an eyeliner but you do have eyeshadow, you can easily take a dark brown, like from this Nudes in New York, maybe the Self-Starter, and you can just smudge that into the line as well. And next, what's very important, which is my favorite step, is to curl your lashes. I think they are the best tool ever. This is the Kevyn Aucoin. It's a little bit curved, as you can see. If you have a wider eye, you can come in with this Surratt. There's a lot of different types of eyelash curlers out there, and the Kevyn Aucoin one definitely fits into any of those eyes that are more rounded. If your eye is a little more wide, then you can use this and you'll be able to reach all of your lashes. I always carry both in my kit because everyone has a different face shape, different eye shape. I'm going to use the Kevyn Aucoin. I kind of pull up a little bit on my eyelid and just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as close as you can get to your lash line. Start curling at the base and then I wiggle up and up and up. And sometimes if you go too hard, you can actually kink it because it's such a good curler. But I want to get in the inside too, so I'm just taking this curler in the inside, and then you can also, a little trick, you can take it and flip it and kind of flip it upwards to give you more of that cat eye look. So now the lashes are completely curled. Now that I have my lashes curled, I'm going to come in with my favorite clean mascara. This is Say Beauty. This is a very lengthening, volumizing. It basically does everything that I want out of a mascara. And not only that, but it's clean. And I love that because anyone who has sensitive eyes, especially if you're staring at a screen all day, you want something that's not going to irritate your eyes. And this is a winner. It just goes on black as well. My girlfriend Biz, she's a little fair and her lashes and her eyebrows are also fair, so you don't really see them on camera. And she was asking me how to fix that. And I told her you need to get a good mascara. It's all about a mascara. I mean, come on. It's all about a mascara that will show up, especially on a Zoom call. Maybe if you normally wear brown, try to wear black. It's just gonna show up that much better. I love the brush, so you can really kind of get in to those inner corners with that ball on the tip. I'm not really a fan of putting a whole lot of mascara on the bottom of my lashes, but I do like to have just a tiny bit of color there, and then I just use my finger to kind of wipe it off so it's not too much. It basically gives the illusion that my lashes are tinted. And you really just want to, I prefer to kind of get at the base and then I wiggle my way up. I mean, anytime you see any actress or newscaster, they all have false lashes on. They have individuals or they have a strip. And that's because it makes your eyes and your lashes appear on camera. So mascara is where it's at. And onto the brows, they kind of frame your entire face and your eye. And I think complete any look. So you always want to use a spoolie and brush up when possible. I have very long brows, so they're kind of unruly. So I need to tame them. But first I'm going to fill them in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the color Blonde. And this is kind of their thick, chubbier brush because I just wanted to show you. It's a little bit easier for people to use. I normally use the fine tip pencils, but you let me know what you prefer to use with your brows. I think for a video, it's very important to use a product that has a lot of pigment and that shows up. And it's also important to not only fill them in, but I think also to coat them with a tinted brow mascara. Kind of going underneath my brow a little bit, just following the natural shape of it. And for some reason I don't grow hair in the inside of my brow. So I'm just drawing a line and I'm just going to do little flicks with this to make it seem like I have some brows in the front there. Start a little bit lighter, and then in the areas that I want more coverage, you can apply more pressure there. The good thing with the spoolie is that you can then just brush them out if you feel like you maybe made them too dark or put too much product on them. I just started to notice that not only do I have grays in my hair, I also have grays in my brows. So that is why a tinted brow mascara is so important, because these pencils, they will fill in that area, but up close you'll still be able to see that gray, and you can hide it with the brow mascara. You can also take that brow mascara and use that same color in your roots, which I probably need to do because I haven't seen my hairdresser in a while and I am not going to highlight my own hair. And once you have the brows where you want them, you're happy with how they look, you can come in with a tinted brow gel. This is the Glossier. I'm sure most people have heard of this. It's Boy Brow. It's kind of a cult classic. This is the color Blonde. This is just going to fill in, and it's going to grab onto all of those hairs and make them appear fuller. This is very important when you are doing any type of call so that you don't lose those brows. Last step, when you are finished with your brows and you're happy with everything else, you can come in and go to the lips. If you are a type of person that loves a specific color, you have your go-to, then definitely use that now. If you are someone who doesn't normally wear any lipstick, just use a nice lip liner that mimics your natural lip color, and just to make them appear a little more full for camera. This is the Patrick Ta She's Humble. It's a beautiful kind of like pinky brownie nude, and I just think it matches my lip color and it just kind of emphasizes what I already have. You can also use the lip liner to draw a little bit outside of the line, and that will make your lips appear much larger than they are. So just adding a little bit of that lip liner just made my lips look a little more full. You either just come in with a lip balm. You know, this is one that I love. This is Hurrah. They have so many different flavors. You can put this right on top of any lip liner that you have. But if you want them to look even more plump on camera, a beautiful gloss with a little bit of sparkle in it is perfect. This is the Patrick Ta. This is the She's an Influencer. It's so beautiful. It has the most amazing sheen to it, and if you can see, the sparkles are very finely milled, so they're not going to be noticeable on camera, but it's just going to make your lips look super juicy and yummy. And just add, oh, it smells so good. You can just add a little bit of this. You don't need to go all the way. You can just kind of add it right in the middle here. And it kind of tingles because of the mint. Just kind of focusing in the center of my lips, and then I'm blending it outwards. Okay, so that is the final step of the makeup. Don't forget to do your hair. I put it in a French braid overnight and it dried like this. And I really just love the texture. I put a little bit of product in it. When I took it out the next morning, it was still a little damp. Just put a little bit of sea spray in there and a little bit of hair oil so that it kind of looked like that mermaidy wet kind of hair. And it was so simple. I feel like this is my new stay-at-home hair look because it was so easy and I don't have to curl it, and I just love a good messy hair. So here's the final look. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you can use some of these tips for your next video call, so that you feel even more beautiful than you already are. Please like, subscribe, turn on the notifications so you get my videos that come out weekly, and have a wonderful time on your next video call.